thought I'd start off the break doing it this way. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, or if you have any questions concerning real estate, please call the Johnson Smith team. We're part of Indy Realty at 520-850-1725. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show, and we're here with John Spurr, the owner of Inspired Life. Is Ray Smith and Danielle Johnson. Sandra Johnson is on break right now. She'll be back next week. I want to talking about closing costs and the percentage of that is to part of the loan. First, tell people, what is the closing cost?
It's going to be your underwriting fee, credit report, appraisal, any of the title charges, like the escrow charges for having the escrow account, your title insurance, recording fees, your prepaid interest, your 1 year's worth of property insurance. It just anything that is a cost related to getting the loan closed and paying all the individuals that are involved. It's not just, we all know it's not just one person. I counted it up one time. A loan from the time you take the application until it gets sold in the secondary market, about 50 people touch that thing.
Wow.
So, from appraisers to title company employees, so on and so forth.
And so my thing was that, with that being said, having the closing costs and stuff, it's important. That's every loan and every transaction, there's a closing cost that comes with it. It's always there.
And people have asked me, well, what's a safe percentage? And unfortunately, there isn't a safe number because if you're buying a $500,000 house and you're financing $250,000, your closing costs are going to be significantly different than if you're buying a $500,000 house and you're financing $450,000, because part of the closing costs are a percentage of the loan amount, and part of the closing costs are a percentage of the sales price. And so I can't say, just if you factor 4%, you're going to be safe. It just doesn't work that way.
Right.
The nice thing is with computers today and in the title company's cost sheets, I can come up with closing costs in about 30 seconds if I know the loan amount and the sales price. It's not that hard to figure them out.
Yeah. What is it? What is an appraisal?
What is an appraisal?
Yeah.
As in the cost of an appraisal, or what is it and what is an appraisal?
What is appraisal?
That is somebody's opinion of what the house is worth.
I want to make sure they understand it, because we always ask about it. It's not the value of the house; it's someone's opinion of what they think the house would sell for. But if the bank had to resell it if something happened with
it's
so many different
something is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, right? Yeah. That's what its value is. An appraisal is an inspection of the property. Part of what they're doing is making sure that there's not holes in the walls and everything functions, and they're actually selling what is said on the contract. And the other part is to look at what other homes in the neighborhood have sold and do a comparison and say, yeah, you know what, the sales price of $365 on this house seems fair.
Okay.
That's all it is. It's not actually what that home is worth. What somebody's willing to pay for it is what it's worth.
What's the cost for an appraisal, John?
Oh, good grief.
You brought it up, so I thought I was throwing you a softball question. I apologize.
Apparently, it's whatever an appraiser wants to charge. No, that's not true. They run anywhere from as little as $500, and I've had estimates come back at $1,800 to $2,500. Okay. And again, it depends. How big is the house? Is it unique? Is it on land? Is it in Rio Rico, or is it in Tucson? It just so many different factors come into what determines the cost of getting that appraisal. So if it's a cookie cutter house in a regular neighborhood, you're probably $550 to $625. Mm-hmm. If you're on 25 acres, south of Green Valley, and it's a 4,000 square foot house with outbuildings, it's going to cost more.
Yeah. And so with that being said, what is the difference between a regular appraisal and a desktop appraisal?
Desktop appraisal, somebody sitting in an office behind a computer that is just doing research on the computer, looking at comps that have been sold online and giving an opinion of value that way, as opposed to inspecting the property. There's pluses and minuses. The plus is they're cheaper and they're quicker. The minus is if the house that's selling has had recent updates and the pictures online don't reflect that, then they don't know that the home has been updated and that value is not being given to it.
Right. And I think what people need to understand what the appraisal does is if the appraisal price and the price on the contract are different, is less, then there's something you have to sit there and negotiate. And if it's equal to, then everything's okay, and the contract can usually move forward.
Yes.
I want to know what's the reason for people to understand. That's the reason why we talk about the appraisal. With that being said, you've been doing a lot of appraisals recently. Have they been coming in at value, or you've seen a lot of things going?
Pretty much everything's been at value, or a little bit over. I got an appraisal in today. It was $5,000 over sales price. But it did have what's called subject to. There were repairs, and the repair was that the latch for the pool gate didn't self-latch. So now that has to be fixed. Then we have to send the appraiser back out to verify that it was fixed.
And when that appraiser goes back out, are there additional fees?
$150
Yep.
every time.
You know, I had a client recently looking at the cost of the appraisal saying, well, I don't really care if it appraises or not, so can I just waive my appraisal? And the answer to that is...
The one that holds the gold makes the rules. They want the appraisal.
So in case you didn't understand that, the answer is no, you cannot waive it unless you're paying cash.
Correct. There are rare instances where the automated underwriting system, AUS, comes back and says there's an appraisal waiver and we don't have to get it. It's usually somebody with really good credit, a lot of money down, and it's usually in a neighborhood that's been very active to where there's been a lot of sales in the last 6 to 9 months, and the system has enough data uploaded that it's comfortable with the sales price.
Now, John, you're the owner of Inspired Life Mortgage, but you're a conglomerate. It's more than just Inspired Life Mortgage. What else do you have under your umbrella?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, my wife and I, we created the Inspired Life Group.
Yeah, that's what it was. I like that.
And so within the Inspired Life Group, we have mortgage, chiropractic, massage, acupuncture. We have this great machine called SoftWave, TRT, which stands for Tissue Regeneration Therapy. So we have a lot of different services underneath the Inspired Life Group. And I know it's odd to have a mortgage lender and a chiropractor under the same roof, but I will tell you, my number one referral source is my wife.
With that being said, where's the whole conglomerate or the group located at?
We are at 1951 North Wilmot in Building 1 on the second floor.
I think people can see your sign now, right?
And the sign is up, yes. The sign is finally up. That was interesting challenge. I never imagined that getting a sign on a building would be as difficult as that was.
Yeah. Can you sit there and talk a little bit about the people who do, like, talk about a little bit about Dr. Rachel and Miss Ginger, the people who are actually doing those two, who's working on the massage and the...
Yeah, so we have, my wife is Dr. Rachel. She's been a chiropractor for 15, 16 years now. She also does the SoftWave treatments for tissue regeneration. Ginger is our acupuncturist, and she is extraordinarily good.
Yeah, if Sandra was here, we would spend another 5 minutes just talking about Ginger.
Yeah, she's absolutely amazing. All of her patients love her, and she also does what's called Tween massage, a different style of massage, which is absolutely amazing. We have a massage therapist, Evan. She is great. All of her patients love her. She's in twice a week doing massages. We just hired a individual that is going to be doing vibrational acoustic, I always get it wrong, it's called VAT, V-A-T, vibrational acoustic therapy. She did a treatment on me, and you know how high strung I am, and I go 100 miles an hour all the time, right? Like, you cannot turn me off. I went and did this treatment for 30 minutes, and I came back into the office, and all the employees and the girls were like, what is wrong with you? Like, you were very calm. I went home. It was the best night's sleep I've ever had. But in short, it's really good for relieving the stress. And if you have problems sleeping, it really helps you get over that and get a peaceful night's sleep and rest. And so it's a very unique therapy. There's only her in Tucson that offers it. There's not much of it across the country. It's fairly new. And because we always like bringing in the latest and newest technologies into our office, we're bringing her on. She'll be there Mondays to start. But, I mean, it's real quick. It's 30 minutes, and it's great.
I remember you said the same thing about when Ginger came. And you said, yeah, she only going to be there for Mondays and Mondays and Tuesdays, something like that. And all of a sudden, when people start realizing how good these people are, their calendar gets really booked. So yeah,
Ginger's booked out 3 to 4 weeks, and I just put an ad out for another acupuncturist because we've got people waiting for her services. But yeah, Ginger, it only took a couple months to get her booked out.
And it's a little bit about the whole thing about, I'm thinking of chiropractic and stuff. They have a different number than you have, though, right?
Yeah. So the Inspired Life Chiropractic is 520-390-2966.
What's that number again?
390-2966.
Okay, now location is?
1951 North Wilmot.
You guys are on the second floor, right?
Yeah, we're on the second floor.
And your office is also is also there, right, John?
Yeah, there's a Ray chair in my office.
It is the best chair ever, everybody. You do not use it when you go in there, please. It's not for you. It was not meant for you. It's just meant for me to go there. We have so much fun talking about those things, and I think that you guys are so great at what you do, and that the group is getting larger and larger. Do you plan on expanding more and going out and bringing more medical systems?
Yeah, so we have a couple other ideas on the horizon. The next biggest thing that we're going to do is bring another chiropractor in the office. We have the need. We have a wait list. And Rachel really doesn't need to be working 5 and 6 days a week. I'd like her to get back to the 4 that she was doing. But we did recently expand down the hall. Took over another 500 square feet. It's a multi-purpose room. We're using it for trainings. We're going to be doing community acupuncture in there, which is less expensive and a different style of acupuncture. We'll be having IV therapy in there 2 to 3 times a month. It'll also be where the vibrational acoustics will be done, and so on and so forth.
Do we not have a website?
We do have a website.
We didn't mention the website.
InspiredLifeChiropractic.com.
You want to take us on out?
Well, I was going to ask, what about mortgages?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. What about the phone number for mortgage, Ray?
What if you want to buy a house? How are we going to get a hold of you?
Oh, you can call me on my cell phone at any time, 520-247-3610. Or you can look us up on the web at inspiredlifemortgage.com. Or I guess you could call Ray, and hopefully he knows my number and he'd give it to you.
I'm so sorry. I just love the portion of the conglomerate, the group. It's just, they do so much great work, and my wife is a testimony of how great things you guys do. So we really appreciate what you guys do. But I also know that you're a great lender, mortgage broker. You want to take us on out?
And if you do want to buy a house, please do call us too, the Johnson Smith team at Indy Realty. You can reach me at 520-373-6864.
What do we offer free?
A free home valuation and a free cup of coffee if you want to come hang out. We'll do that too. Sandra's number 520-850-1725 and Raymond 520-904-7711. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Pioneer Title Agency, Indy Realty, Inspired Life Mortgage, Rego Pest Prevention, and Power Solar. We'll see you next week.